said, let's talk about what a DY really is. Prior to even receiving that, I was like, I wonder if I'm not confusing things, but I'm in my mind labeling them inaccurately or not quite dialing in as clear as I could be.
Here's I think this is really helpful and supportive, is if we go together and we find what I call like a benchmark or like a benchmark. So let's find something that is super fucking delicious to you all the time. And obviously our delicious yes practice or delicious yes hack, as you call it. I love that. That's so cute. It's so great. The delicious yes hack is, we don't know in any moment where delicious is. So we listen and when we can identify it in ourselves, it usually comes up underfoot if we're willing. So clearly that's the case, but just for like the tool of benchmarking, let's find something that is so incredibly deeply satiating to your system, like generally all the time. So for instance, it might be like a food, like this particular restaurant or this particular bakery or something makes this one item and it fucking blows me away. Or it could be a hike you did in your life or something that it's like when I got to that viewpoint and I looked at that view like, oh, all my senses, so delicious. Or it could be, like a relationship with your dog or something. So what is the thing that just is like so incredibly delicious for you, usually across the board?
Well, the first thing that appears is a good workout. Like if I can go lift weights for 40 minutes, I almost always feel delicious afterwards, no matter how I walked in. That's consistent.
Okay.
Even if I'm
that workout. So this is perfect. So let's just dial it in so we can start to give some adjectives to it, right? So a good workout, which we're calling 45 minutes of lifting weights. In the 45 minutes of lifting weights, you feel like it's super fucking fun. Like the funnest thing ever?
Not
so much.
Well,
okay, good.
I don't know. The word fun tripped me up. I don't know that. I don't know. I would say sometimes it's fun, but more it's like deeply satisfying and satiating, and just feels good in my body. Like,
okay.
Even when it's hard, even when it's hard, like I'm trying to learn something new or do something hard, like that's quote unquote not fun. But for me, like exercise is a practice, and you got there's dips and valleys, and so fun is not the adjective I would necessarily use for something that's that's deeply satisfying and what I would consider delicious.
Okay, so where I would put that on a benchmark is I'd put that as a 3 out of 4 ain't bad. So. And it's really hard. Like the difference between 3 out of 4 and delicious is so subtle. It's really subtle. Except one is God and life, and one is control and the self. Like it's all the difference in the world, but it's subtle. And so the sound of 3 out of 4 ain't bad is that there's ease and there's nourishment. But it's not like super fucking delicious. Like it's like I learn something every time. I love to be there. It's really great. It works really well. It nourishes me.
I get what you're saying. So then I think maybe a better benchmark would be, if I can. It's usually with sometimes it's by myself, but usually it's with another person. But like having oysters and white wine at a fun bar to me is like heaven. Like I do that all day long. I always snap a picture of it.
Heaven, yes. Okay, cool. I just want to harness this and I want to make it repeatable so you can hear it, right? When you're describing the workout, the words are, it's not always super fun, but I love it and it's a practice and it's good for me and it nourishes me and I'm glad for it. The way you're describing the other thing is, it's fucking heaven. I could do that all day, every day. Can you feel the tonality difference?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Great. Yeah. Great. That's so essential. That's so essential. One is control, right? One is a separate self, which I'm not saying dish workouts or anything. I'm actually going to say do the workouts when they're fucking delicious. But,
Right. Yep.
But so one is this control, a separate self doing something for nourishment and ease. And the other is pure heaven. Pure heaven. You could just do it all day, every day, pure heaven.